Star copies all. Go ahead. Message to observer. Alpha 3 rounds. AT delay in effect. 3 guns. Bravo 2 rounds. 2 guns. Smoke on effect.
Good morning, y'all. It is 8:30, almost about 30 seconds till the market opens. This is Options Millionaire. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. Try to, after a nice strong day yesterday with 5 winning trades, hopefully to pick up that steam today and make a little money. How is everybody going? Yes, activate my windows. Yep, I've got my license up there. I just got to put in the license code. I'll do that after the stream. So thanks. Good catch. Good catch. What's up, Naps? Cammy, how's it going? All right, there's the market open. Ding, ding, ding. Market is up. We have been on a little climb here since 8 o'clock my time, which is 9 o'clock. So about 30 minutes now, right when retail investors start stepping in for the pre-market. We have been on the climb. Currently 424.72. I've got on the top screen SPY. The middle is QQQ. The bottom is the VIX. So the VIX is currently on the downtrend here. Watch list today is June 21st, 426 calls. And then 423 puts. No, I'm sorry, 422 puts. And I'm going to post that in the Discord standby one. All right, watch list. June 21st, 426 calls. June 21, 422 puts. There you go. There you go. How is everybody doing? I'm going to try to be a little better about talking in the Discord today. While I'm streaming, since I've got the new nice setup with 2 screens. So currently live in the Patriot chat as well. We got a lot of green candles forming already at 424.74. VIX is still on the downfall. Right now, my watch list, mixed bag. Mixed bag right now. Welcome. Thanks for everybody for being here. Appreciate it. Tune PZ, Cammy, what's going on? Naps, Nableek, Nemesis. BHE Designs, how's it going? No one to beat no one. I love it. 142 people watching, jumping on right now. And now we're just going to try to make some good trades. Make some good trades. I'm using the full screen feature here so you can kind of see a little more detail. Let me know if that helps. I know a lot of people say they couldn't quite see the numbers on my live stream. VIX is a big downward momentum on the VIX right there. Big red candle. Qs are still popping right there. And then, of course, SPY right here. These are all the 3-minute charts right now. As you can tell, not too much movement. My Windows isn't activated either. That's right. There was a little pause in the VIX, for sure. For sure. What's up, Ian? How you doing? Nick, buddy, what's going on? Big red candle on the SPY, right off that little morning pop. I expect a little bit of a rain session day, little choppiness until we have the FOMC at 2 p.m. Eastern time, which is, of course, about 2 hours till close. 2 hours till close. All right, so SPY has got this red action. The VIX is still down with a little green right there. I've got the VIX on the 1 minute because I do want to see instantaneous fluctuation with the VIX. Everything else is on the 3 minute for now. I'll probably keep the VIX on the 1 minute. What up, Henny? How you doing, buddy? Not too much. We're just trying to make a little money. Do y'all like the 2 screens better or 3 screens? I can always get rid of the VIX and do that. But, you know, I think there's a good monitor with the VIX. The VIX and the Qs right there. Bring this back down. There you go. I'm going to do the same with this. Make this a little less cluttered looking. And I'm going to mute that until the day. Morning. What's going on? What's going on in MMA? Pain, no gain. What's going on? If you hear me, nicely done. Hey, if you are a Patreon member, you can join in the Patreon chat voice channel in the Discord. That gets you access to instantaneous audio instead of there's a few second delay here in YouTube, which is great, but it's good to have that instantaneous audio feedback. So be sure to join in the Patreon chat room voice channel. It's on the bottom left of the channel list in the Discord server. All right, so yesterday, if you look, we rejected the 423 level, 423.50 level right off the POC. If you look at the POC, it was right on the 423.50, which is right here, 55. We were a few cents from it, which is a key indicator. It's a key indicator. And speaking of which, where is my volume profile? Where is my volume profile? For some reason, it's not there. All right, let's add it back. There it is. I'll add it here as well. There we go. And then back. Full screen. Look at the support XLF made 3 times now. All right, let's go take a look at XLF. So the market is somewhat green. FAANG is all green right now. Let's take a look at XLF, which is right here at the top. Where did I put that? There we go. All right, so down here at the bottom, you can kind of see right here, we bounced off of this 37 level right there. So the Q's right there, XLK. Let's take a look at XLK. That's popping right now. With a little bit diminishing right there at the top. SPY, of course, don't need to look at that. There's XLB. E is on the downtrend. Energy is taking a beating right now. Financial sector is slightly on the increase after the sell-off right here. And then XLK right there. So Q's, SPY is on top. Yep, I made a ton of trades yesterday, Henny. I had 5 day trades, and then I'm holding a Strangle that I've been holding for 3 days now. So it's doing very well. It's doing very well. So for sure, Ian. Yeah. When is the Fed talking today? All right, Marley. They're talking at 2 p.m. Eastern, and Jay Powell in that meeting starts talking at 2:30 Eastern. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for that. So things are still shaking sideways. Nothing crazy going on there. Nice, Chief. Nice. Can you talk about Strangle more? Yeah. Yeah, I sold some Strangles, which is I made a wider spread there. So 413, 430s is what I did on that. And it worked out very well. I bought them at 80 cents each, and they were down to, I think, 0.63. So up 19% on those, and that's perfect for this type of strategy. Like when you sell a strangle, you want it to stay within the bounds of your strikes. And of course, we stayed right in the middle of where I chose, so it's been awesome. It's been awesome. So selling strangles on an environment like this is very, very profitable, especially if you have a hard time trading ranges or unpredictable ranges. Like yesterday, it played the ranges on the money. 2 days ago, it did not. It formed two different ranges. It formed the morning range, dropped down, and then it formed a range below that range. And it's just very hard to predict. That's why, I lost twice on that day. So it's hard to predict that crap. So on an unpredictable day, that's still somewhat of a range-bound day, sell some triangles. Of course, it does take a little more capital than that, so you have to be careful of that. And there's another option design in condors. But we'll talk about more about that. So I'll be releasing some more educational content on advanced option strategies like strangles, straddles, selling, writing, stuff like that. And you'll be seeing those coming out here in June and July. Okay, so my strangles are currently selling at 59 cents each. So I'm doing very, very well on those. Very, very well. No problem, Weston. Yeah, I'm holding the June 18th, 430, 413 strangles. I sold those, so I'm up 27% on those. I'll probably be closing those today, though. Point ones. I went for the 0.1 deltas on both of them. That's why the spread is so large, just to be a little bit more conservative on those. So yeah, I went for the 0.1 deltas. Summer Strangle, what up? Make sure I'm back in the channel. All right, so I want to look at the 1 month chart here. So zoom in here. Okay, I'm going to do the auto select there. All right, the POC on the 1 month chart is way down here at 422. It's actually dropped a touch. So it's 422.39 right now. And you see is what we bounced off of it on the 10th here, came up, and now we're up here. So you need to look at the point of control. These are the volume levels on the 1 month chart here. So if we drop below this level, the next point of control is, or not, the next volume node is at 423.50. With a little bit of resistance starting to form at the 75 level. So you'd be looking at this 423.50 level, which we bounced cleanly off of it yesterday on the 1 month chart here. So we got a little volume forming here at this 424.30. If we break, we're going to come down here. But we really want to watch the VIX to determine what's going on. That's still on the downtrend right now. We definitely want to keep an eye on the Qs, which is on the uptrend, XLK, which should be mimicking, which is on the uptrend, and the Ks right here. So, no, the Qs, I'm sorry, is coming up here. So the SPY is following suit right there. XLF is on the downtrend. This is probably why we're seeing some weakness in the SPY and not seeing it in the Qs because of that financial sector. Now, as y'all all know, we are now trading Qs as well as SPY. So if I see a trade on the Qs and not on the SPY, I'll take the Qs. I'll also take some SPXs, although I'm not going to advertise the SPXs too much because I know that a lot of people can't trade the SPXs. And my whole intent is to teach the masses in whole of how to trade and do some good stuff. So if most people can't trade the X's, I'm not going to talk too much about the X's, just the SPY, Qs, and then of course we'll go on if I decide to take another strangle or we'll talk about that too. So. June 18th, Toon PZ. I know what you meant. Yeah, you need a level 4, level 3 and 4 to do these types of strategies. All right, so let's take a look here. What was that? Man, and more Patreon subscribers. I can't believe, like, I think I had 15 people added to Patreon yesterday. It's absolutely unbelievable. Like, the fact that y'all want to come out, it blows me away. I'm very humbled by y'all's support. You know, I'm trying to give y'all the best product I absolutely can. You know, the podcast is fantastic. I'm excited about that. I think y'all are going to love that too. Episode 3 comes out tomorrow, by the way. Episode 3 is being released tomorrow. And that is through the exclusive to the Patreon members here. And of course, this week I'm releasing the budgeting tool, which is pretty fantastic. I'm going to make a YouTube video on how to use the budgeting tool so everyone can really precisely know how to use that, because it's absolutely fantastic. I think it'll control how you organize and manage your funds, your personal funds, in your daily life. So I'm excited for that, man. And the fact that you're all coming out and support the Patreon is mind-blowing to me. So I love it. Thank you very much. A lot of hard work goes into producing a product for y'all, and I'm glad y'all are supporting that. There's another one. Holy smokes. Here, I'm going to mute this so you all can see that. Nablique says, went through a whole bunch of your strategy videos, couldn't find how to use regular volume to enter your strategies. Volume is more of a guide than actual, it's more like guidelines than actual rules. So yeah, volume, if you're talking about the volume candles here, not the volume profile, those are two different ones. So the volume candles here, yes, obviously I'm using to make an entry here, but this is more important, volume at price, which is volume profile. The reason being is that you can have an extremely big candle, which look at this, by the way. Look at these closing freaking candles on SPY. So you can have these very, very large candles and very, very small price movement, or you can have a very small candle and a very large price movement. So it's hard, you want to use this in terms of predicting your day, because low volume days are heavily manipulated and you want to be careful with that. But I use this majority. This to me is the bread and butter. Volume profile is the bread and butter. Using the POCs, we'll use the volume nodes is very crucial to me. And I'm going to switch over to the 3-minute chart here because I do see a little red forming here. Simon, I am going to release the first podcast for free. Yes, that'd be accurate. That's not a bad strategy, Chris. I like it. Is there a trading time you commit to help plan your entries? Most of the time, I don't touch the market till after the morning session starts, which is about 9:05 my time. It's 10:05 Eastern because I'm on Central Time. So I usually don't trade the first 30 minutes of the day. It's just too unpredictable and volatile. Sometimes I will if I see a general trend forming. If it's just if all of this crap is just brutally red, if it's heavy red day and I start to see red forming, I'll jump in on some puts. Or the other way around. If everything's green, I see things climbing, obviously. So I'm not stupid. I'm not going to be oblivious to an obvious play, but I usually don't try to touch the first 30 minutes of the day. No, for sure, Simon, you good. What up? Yeah. All right, so on the 3-minute chart, EMAs are crossing to the downside here. Kind of rejected the POC, popped up above it, rejected down. We're currently in this huge volume shelf. And what the Qs are doing right here, I'm going to stick on the widescreen here for now. Widescreen here, up right there. On the Qs are doing the opposite. It's on the 3-minute chart here. We're bouncing off the 21 and the 8, heading up. And it's because XLK is doing that. And I would assume XLF is down. But look at that. See, the financial sector has crashed since the 37.42 all the way down to 36.90 today, nonstop down. That's what's killing SPY right now. However, be on the lookout for. I don't expect SPY to continue to crash because we're having a lot of strength in the financial sector. Look at FAANG. Everything in FAANG is up 0.5% except for Facebook here. Google's basically flat. So there's definitely some strength here in the Qs. Take a look at the VIX. The VIX has crashed, and now it's on the uptrend here. But there's no real strength in the VIX. I really want to pay attention. On a day like this, you want to focus on the volume profile. Focus on where the volume is to determine how there's going to be some pivots. And that's what I want to look at. See this huge pivot at this 423, 424 level? 1, 2, 3, right in this level. So if this price comes down here, I'm going to be expecting some sort of manipulation at this 424 level because that's where the pivot wants to go. You're welcome, Rod. What's going on? Now, as I do this, as I formulate this plan, I want to zoom out. So let's go to the 5-day chart. Look, the 5-day, the point of control is a little higher because of this little chop we had yesterday, and then we bounced off of it two pre-markets ago. But this chop we had yesterday raised the 1 week point of control up here to the 424.50 level. And as I zoom out, we start to see a bunch of different levels forming. I like to use the 1 month because that brings in the most recent activity. That's my favorite place to hang out with the volume profile. And the point of control right here is the 422.42 level, 422.40. Now, that's of course, that's way down here. That's a big old move. But look at the other volume nodes. This volume node is crucial here. That's a big one at 423.50, which we bounced cleanly off of yesterday. Boom. And that's no coincidence. That's no coincidence. That is why it's so crucial to look at volume profile. But third says, can we get 1080p? I've got it maxed out on my end, so you have to adjust your settings. Is the Strangle where you sell a call and a put? Yes, it's where you sell a call and a put that's outside of the, yeah, that's basically right. Yep. You got it right there. That's exactly right, Chris. I've learned to love them. I've learned to love them. I've been testing them behind the scenes for a couple of weeks now to give you all a good product, and I'm happy that I can start teaching you all that stuff. But they're awesome stuff. You're definitely right, Howard. You're definitely right. If someone back me up on that 1080p option, because I've got my settings maxed out here. So let me know. Let me know. All right, so the Qs is not wasting any time getting off to the races. I'm going to switch to the 3-minute chart. That's what it's doing there. XLK doing the same. The SPY following the 8 EMA on the 3-minute chart all the way down. XLF, and that's why financial sector is destroying SPY right now. No real big movement though. We're still in this pretty tight range. We're following yesterday's range as it seems right now. So nothing to get crazy about. For sure, known to be no one, for sure. Yeah, there's different things we can do. Obviously, most people are not going to be able to do some strangles because of the capital requirements, but you can do some iron condors and figure out a few other things too. So, and that's the stuff that I'm not familiar with. I'm going to brush up on, and we'll learn that together. But the strangles and stuff, yeah, we'll do what we can. We'll do what we can. So Bryson said he's in puts right now on SPY as QQ is beasting. Yeah, I see that there's definitely a divergence there. It's odd to have that, and it's been happening. It happened a couple of days ago too. So Financial sector, Devin, look at that. Look at this financials. It's just destroying the market right now. So the market is down. Let's look at the bonds here. The bonds are way up. VIX is down and staying down at the moment. Tech sector is very strong at the moment. Well, it's strong, not very strong. It's strong. And then SPY is down, but it's not down much though. That's the thing, and you have to be very careful here. I personally am not taking puts here because the tech sector is so strong that it's not causing too much concern right now. Yes, the financial sector is down a little bit, but what have you. Yeah, there is some to it. I think the quad witching we had was a non-event, but it does inject some volatility, and there is cause for concern. I just know the last one was a non-event, so, or at least one of the last ones that had a non-event. That's right, John. That is right. Quick 5% on some puts. Looks bearish, but this movement sucks. It does, Stiffery. It does. Pokemon Master. I'm glad you like that, Roland. I'm going to see if there's a way to adjust the 720p. I thought I had that straightened out, but I guess I don't. I'll see what I can do to get y'all better resolution. Let's see here. Let's go in right now to see what we can do live. YouTube live videos. Viewing live control room. Stream settings. I've got it ultra low latency, which is higher resolutions. Stream health is excellent. Quality is excellent. Everything's good on my end. I've got an ultra low latency. It's good to go. So unfortunately, that's all I got for you. And then, of course, my upload speed is 320 megs. And, of course, I've got a very stout computer now. So I don't know if there's any much I can do, unfortunately. Anything else I can do. Monitor resolution settings is that, what, 2670? I've got the 72 or 70 refresh speed, all that crap. All right. Let's switch over to the 5-minute chart. We are 5 minutes away from forming our morning ranges. So my display capture in OBS is 2560 times 1080. And it switched up my display capture for some reason. That ain't no good. All right, hold on, prop it out. There we go. All right, that's why. All right, anyway, I'll figure out all that stuff later. Right now, I want to focus on trading. SPX, so the Qs right now, currently in the 5-minute chart, bounce off the 5-minute, which is the ADMA 5-minute, which is great. And positioning up here, XLF. is down, but starting to get a little rebound here. XLK is up here. So low volume stuff right now. I'm not too anxious to jump in a position. We're currently trading on this little shelf. Now we're just waiting. It's 2560 times 1080. That's my resolution on the monitor. For those listening. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. The Fed talks at 2 p.m. for sure. I've got ultra low latency set on my OBS as well. Just for y'all asking, I just verified it. So. What's up, Nick Bo? No, I have not recapped any of them. Thank you very much, though. I think those are fantastic trades. I am going to do some video stuff tomorrow, content creation that'll be focusing on. I want to do the big loss that I had last week to see how things go wrong, and I want to do my trades from yesterday because yesterday were perfect. Some of them were perfect setups on the range. Dang it. All right, there is DJ Roomba coming out at 9 a.m. Central Time to ruin the audio settings. What's going on? Stand by one. Hey, Google. Send DJ Roomba home. DJ Roomba is going back to the dock because he's loud. Right now, Jonathan, I am looking at DJ Roomba. Right now, I'm looking at the 21st. 426 calls, 422 puts. Poor DG Roomba just wanted to get the club. That's right. Right now, I'm not thinking much, Cammy. I got 3 minutes till the morning ranges form. It is currently 9:02 my time. I'm going to verify that on my watch. Yep. So we got 3 minutes until the market opens. And then let's see, just to verify it on the trading view, it's 9:02 right there. 9:02, the 1 minute candles here. Q's way up here, right there. XLK still on the same climb as well. The Q's on the 5. I want to take a look at that 8 EMA here. Right here is forming up there. The 8 EMA is way up here, and then the VWAP is touch under the 8 EMA. Financial sector is still in the downtrend, and SPY just can't get a bid. Yeah, watch list is June 21st, 426 calls and 422 puts. There you go. No positions yet. Here, I'll put that on the bottom too. No position yet. There you go. I think so, Chief. I think so. Nice, Jonathan. I love it. Probably Dallin, but I choose to trade the Qs and the SPY. I'm with you, Bryson. Yeah, Bryson said he's officially bearish on the SPY today. I'm inclined to agree. However, I want to wait for the ranges to form, which we can go ahead and do. Here you go. There's that. And then I'll go ahead and form this lower range because we're about to hit the 905 line. I think that's probably going to do it. Let's see. It's currently 904. And the 905 candle is about to start forming here. And we can turn on the session ranges line right there. So 424.83, 424.13 are the morning ranges. 424.13, 424.83, which you'll see right here in yellow on the OM morning ranges indicator right there. Currently on the 5-minute chart here on the SPY, let's go down to the Qs right there up as well. So Qs on the top of the range. Qs at the top of the range. But we're on absolutely no volume. I mean, look at this. Look at this garbage. Garbage volume right here. Look at that. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, Remix, I usually wait until the range starts to turn on the script. I just don't want to be looking at the dots changing until we get there. Yep. There's no institutional buying now. We're waiting to see what Jay Powell says. Is he going to turn off the printer and throw it away, or is he going to keep the printer on full blast? And that's what we're going to find out here, hopefully, in a couple hours. Unfortunately, it's at 2 o'clock, so we have a long day of probably low-volume crap. You've got me till 11 o'clock because I'm not going to sit here all day and watch low-volume chop nonsense, and I'm sure as heck not going to trade it. So unless I get some movement. Yesterday was a good day to trade. It followed guidelines. I liked it. Plus, it's an absolutely beautiful day outside, and I'd like to spend some time in the sun. Look, if you're looking right now, Brad, I have got, my crosshairs on the 424.87. So that's a few cents above what I'm showing here on TradingView. So that's, it's not huge, but 5 cents, that can make some difference. Not much, but a little difference. 5% on some calls, I'm out. Nice, Howard. Thanks for posting those morning ranges. Good job. All right, so the Qs are currently at the top of the range here. I may end up playing some Qs today. I'm probably going to stay off the SPY unless I see some volume come in, I'm staying off the SPY until the Fed, because this is just crazy. So, absolutely right, Chris. You're absolutely right on that one, for sure. Why are the puts premium so much higher than calls for the SPY options millionaire? Let's take a look at the options chain. Let's take a look at the options chain. All right, so the deltas here, right there, they're significantly higher. They're especially if you look at the deltas are much higher for the puts as well. That's probably just based on that people are considering this thing's going down. You have to look at where the market's pricing stuff at, and the market's probably considering the market's going to go down. All right, so pop on the SPY here. That's a pretty big pop on the 1 minute on the 5-minute chart. Look at SPY here on the 1-minute chart. Get a little strength. What are the Qs doing? Qs breaking above the morning range here. XLK is up. XLF is right here at the bottom of their range and climbing. Yeah, I'll do that, War. Just give me a few minutes. Let me get through this little action here to see what's going on, and then we'll go back and take a look at a few trades from yesterday. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right. So, look where SPY just bounced off of. Anybody see any? What line did it just bounce off of? Me too, Chris. I love them. I love Strangles. It's just amazing. It's crazy how they're even it's just crazy. That's 5 days out, Payne. 5 to 7 DTE. June 21st is 5 days. So the June 21st you're seeing an option is in the options chain is June 18th. They label it as June 2021 because it's the monthly chart. It's the weeklies. So they put it. It's actually June 18th is what you're looking at. I'm looking at June 21st, 21. Playing Theta is the best thing to do for now. For show. My strangles are down at 56 cents, baby. Bring it on. Bring it on. I love it. I'm making money just to sit here and talk to y'all. It's fantastic. All right. What we got going? POC, baby. That's right, Cody. Nathan, awesome stuff. Volume profile, Steven. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. All right, we rejected off that. Currently down here, 3-minute chart. QQQ is up here. They had that little pop, and then now they're trading flat right there on that candle. XLE. Some energy's getting a little pop. FAANG, all green, except Tesla. Down to 598.48. After topping out at about $900 a share back in what, December? Down to 598. Garbage. All right. I'm not even going to say this crap, but I just want to go take a look. What's it doing? 214. Man, that's some healthy price action right there, baby. That's a quality stock. 343 to 214 in a week. Love it. All right, let's go to the other garbage. What's the ticker for garbage? What is it? GBE. All right, right there, 55.34. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. 523. I love it. I love it. All right, let's take a look here. What am I doing? What am I trading? What am I trading? What am I trading? What am I trading? Toasty asks, what does it mean to play Theta? Playing Theta means, you know how, I'm sure I assume you're familiar with the concept of Theta. And Theta is, the Greek that we all fight as options traders, the decay, basically. It's time decay. Well, when we buy a call, like we see, like what we normally do on the day-to-day basis, you're fighting Theta, your options are decaying. Your options are decaying. Whereas if you sell that premium, when you buy an option, there's somebody selling that side of the option. When you're decaying, losing money, they're making money on that decay. So when the 1 cent you lose in decay, they're gaining that 1 cent. So when you sell a strangle or when you sell an option, you're doing the opposite of what we're doing now. You're gaining that theta was where they're losing that theta. So when you sell a strangle, so what I did, for example, here, let's zoom out to the 1 month and I'll tell you exactly what I did. Let's go to the 6 month. Let's take this line. So what I did is I bought a strangle. Or I sold the strangle, I'm sorry, at 430. Let's make this different color. Let's make this, I don't know, pink. And I had another one at 413. Right there. So I sold a call at 430, sold a put at 413, right here. Now, as long as this price stays right here in this range, I collect that premium. And it's been doing it. I bought it, 3 days ago here, and now we're currently here. So now we're up to 56 cents, which is about 30% gain on these. Now, the beauty of this is that you have a lot of options with these things. You have a lot of different options. So if the price starts to go down here, the put on that side has become more valuable to the buyer, less valuable to me as the seller. So I would want to close or roll that position. And then I would hold the sell of this call because as this goes down, this call is going to get more or less valuable to the buyer, more valuable to me. So I want to keep that call. If it starts to go the other way, if for some reason JPOW comes out and says huge, and then we go to 430, I'll close or roll this call, maintain this position as it goes up, and this becomes more valuable. Or if it stays flat, I'll hold both positions. And I'll keep on collecting that premium, baby. Keep on collecting. Anyway, that's what a strangle is. That's when you sell positions like that. You're doing the opposite of what we do as options traders. All right. Hope that helps a little bit. That's a very quick high-level view, and I'll do a more video on that gets into it. Yep, that's right, Chris. That's what I'll be doing. I'll take 2K a month easy. That's right. Me too, Cammy. Both, Bob. Both. All right, so SPY currently here bouncing off the POC, heading back down to the lower range. Now this will be a very curious level. Because if we come down to the bottom of the morning range and we start to get some green forming, and the Qs are starting to climb, XLK is starting to climb. Let's say XLF is on the downtrend here to the bottom. If we get some green on the X, which we got this little green candle here, if we get some green on the Fs and start to come up, and SPY comes down to the bottom of the range, I might take a call for a quick scalp, and we'll ride the thing back up. So yeah. Just to play the ranges. Now I'm going to be playing quick scalps here. Quick scalps. I agree, Nablik. I agree. Oh, almost closed out my Streamlabs. That ain't no good. That'd have been good. Yep. So the Qs of volume here is just so low. Like, I'm not really I'm not really quick to jump in anything. It's just, just holding on, man. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the market to tell me what it wants to do. You guys are crazy. It's a good day to really, not do much. Don't try to force a trade on days like today until we get some good direction. The Qs, it did pop here at the top of the morning range, and now we're just waiting, We're just waiting. XLK is right here at the top of the range. Yep, no, they're taking the whole price movement, Joe. The wicks and everything. The range is taking into account everything. You see here? See how this range is formed off the top of that wick right there? Yeah, so. That wick right there, that wick on the bottom right there. Because we're waiting for stuff. We're waiting for stuff. So. How many setups are you typically watching for? I mean, it depends. It depends. I don't try to limit myself to any one thing, but I've got, right now I've got the Qs and the SPY, and the Qs I'll try to make a trade if I see something. Which right now we're at the top. There's no volume, so I'm not going to be going around looking for a bunch of stuff because there's no volume here. So now right now with the Ks, my main setup is playing the bounce off the bottom of the range on the calls, and the XLF now is down, but we may not get that. This thing may be a put setup where we're going to blow right through the bottom of the range. Either way, I'm not trading the middle of the range here. I'm going to wait for confirmation. June 18th, Chris. All right, so let's take a look at the squeeze momentum. 5-minute chart here. Definitely to the downside. It looks like we're going to start firing the downside here soon if this keeps going the way it is. Now we've got this candle being wicked here at the bottom right here, almost at the bottom. The range is at 424.13, currently trading at 424.29. For sure, BHE, yeah. Could you give a little detail on your 1K to 25K challenge do you have in mind? Sure, yeah, it's a good question. That's a good question. Let's get y'all's opinion. So, yeah, I opened a TOS account and threw $1,000 into it. Hasn't cleared yet. Once it clears, I'll start doing some trades out of that, especially now it's hard to do because it's this sideways trap crap. But the main thing I'm debating is, do I want to do it based on do I want to do the whole 1,000 in these trades and see how high I can do it? Or do I want to do my position sizes, which is 10 to 20, 30%, 5%, stuff like that? Because, my capital, I know where my capital is. So obviously $1,000 is much lower than 1% of my portfolio. So how do I want to do that? Now, it'll definitely garner a lot of views and attention if I could throw 1,000 in there and then grow that to 25 grand quickly. So I'm just figuring what to do. I don't want to YOLO. That's not the thing, because I don't want to perpetuate the idea of YOLOing. I just want to do nice, responsible position sizes. Either way, I'm pretty excited about it, because I know a lot of people said they want to see numbers and stuff like that, and obviously I'm not showing my portfolio size for a whole plethora of reasons. Security clearance. I have friends and family on this Discord, stuff like that. People I work with. But that one I don't care. It's only $1,000. I wouldn't say that, Chris. It just takes longer. All right, XLF down at the bottom of the range. SPY right here. No, 1K challenge will just be just my process. Options, same thing. Just the 1K playing options. Plus the options have that T1 clearing time as well, so I wouldn't be able to play stocks like that with that account. I don't blame him on that one, Bryson. Bryson said he's playing 0 DTs just so he can feel something. Yeah. I actually thought about doing that with a very small amount yesterday, but I don't know about that, Julie. I do know you can negotiate smaller fees, which is what I'm doing because I trade so many options. Like I'm single-handedly funding options revenue stream or E-Trade's revenue stream with my commissions. So I am in the process of negotiating lower commissions for E-Trade, so I know you can do that. I've heard of I know a lot of people who are successful doing that. Almost. Puts on the Qs. XLK is down. SPY. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do. Intro and tropical. All right, XLE, XLB right there. XLF right at the bottom of the chain. SPY. Let's see if we can get a bounce off here. Currently, I'm playing the normal rate. I'm trying to get it below. I'd love to get it down to like 30 or 40 cents if I could do it. See what they want to give me, though. I trade a lot of options, though, so. Bryson, if that's true, I will switch to freaking Weeble tomorrow. Just on that precedent. Although I hated Weeble. I hated Weeble. All right, so down here right at the bottom of the range, 423, 424.13. And we're just waiting. So good time for answering questions and concerns. Because right now what's going on right now, I'm not trading this stuff, so. Let's switch here to the dual screen view with the Qs and there you go. What's your opinion on trading futures? I don't do it just because like I don't need another excuse to sit there and trade in the middle of the night. I just don't trade. I don't trade futures. Me personally. Yes, Cade. Qs and SPY, and then of course I look at the VIX. I tried to look at the XLF. I tried to look at all the sectors and the overall market center. But the two things I mainly focus on: the Qs and the SPY. What's the most influential book in regards to trading psychology that you have come across? Man, In the Zone's a great one. I mean, they all touch on a little bit on the psychology of trading, but honestly, I don't look at traditional trading books for actual psychology. If you want to, I mean, mastering your psychology in general in life is just as important as in trading. So, like, I like to implement the, Jocko's book, Extreme Ownership, and then of course, Can't Hurt Me. When you read those books, and it really ties into if you have the mentality where there's no excuses, like you don't blame market makers, you don't blame the algos, you don't FOMO, and you take responsibility for every single one of your trades, that right there will help you. And once you put all the ownership on you, all the responsibility on yourself, you'll start realizing that I don't need to FOMO. Like, I can't just take a trade and hope. Otherwise, you'll lose your money. And then, of course, the biggest psychology is your dollar amount in your capital. Both amazing books, for sure. Yeah, if I actively traded futures and crypto, like, I would be on the computer all day long because I love trading. So, and I just don't even want to go there. I like my family life. I don't want to get divorced. So, I would, Julian. I am going to do a video, educational video on strangles for sure. How do you get the VP? All right, if you look over in, let's escape that. If you go to indicators and go to VP, come down to KV4 coins right here. Click that, and that will add the volume profile. It is time frame dependent though, so be careful. That's right. That's right. Extreme ownership, man. It's absolutely crucial. It's absolutely crucial. When you don't have time for something, when people say they don't have time for fitness, it's like, really? Do you not have time, or you're just not prioritizing fitness? Or whatever your goal is. I don't have time to accomplish whatever the goal is, whatever needs to be done for that particular goal. Really? You watched 2 hours of Netflix last night at 11 o'clock at night. You can go for a run at 11 o'clock. Just because you're tired doesn't mean you can't run. Or whatever your goal is. I just do fitness because I'm a very big fitness person. Whatever your particular goal is, like trading. Oh, I can't seem to get trade. I can't seem to make money. It doesn't matter. I'm just not a trader. I see everyone making money, but I lose 30% of my portfolio a month. Well, really? Are you trading? Are you not learning? Like, there's 1,000 books. There's 1 billion YouTube videos. There's influential people on Twitter you can follow. Like, are you just not putting in the legwork? Are you not reading books? Or are you just trading blindly, making the same crap movements every day, day in and day out? Are you paying some douche money just to do some crappy plays, or YOLO GME, or play penny stocks? So it's all about taking responsibility. And once I learned that at a very young age, because I did the same thing, I YOLO'd my account and blew it up. It's like, oh, why couldn't I just have that one trade go with me and make 30% of my entire portfolio? Why did it have to crash? Blah, blah, blah. Well, because that's not the way the market works. I had no idea what I was doing. All right, War says, can we watch? Sorry, I can't say the last part of your name there. War says, we were watching paint dry on SPY. Could you walk through the trades yesterday? And there is technical behind them. Sure thing. I can do that. All right, so the first trade I took was here, I believe, or is it here? One of the two. Let me see the actual timestamps. Let me see the timestamps so I know, because I know there's a lot of oscillations. I want to make sure I got the right one. All right, I made 14% on the one at 2 o'clock, which was my time, so it's here. All right, so we were bouncing right there, coming up to the top of the range. And of course, the range was the blue lines, not the yellows. Look at the blue. That was the afternoon range. So I know we were coming to the top of the range on the SPY. The second I saw red, and I knew that we already rejected its 425 3 times. So, or twice before. We rejected it This morning, right here, we rejected it here once. We rejected it earlier. We were coming up here, and the second I saw red, I had my put ready to go. I bought the put. 134, I bought it. $1.34 that is at 2 o'clock. And it tanked. And then when we started approaching this, the first sign I saw wick, I closed the position here. I closed it at $1.53 for a 14.2% gain. So I was playing the range. And I knew, and it's not just the range, you have to be very much aware of your surroundings. I knew that we rejected it twice already. 1, 2. I knew we rejected that. I looked at the prior volume profile nodes. And the second I saw red forming, I was like, oh, this thing's coming down. I took the put, wrote it out, bada bing. So that was a good trade. Yesterday was a good day. That's right. Yeah. The thing is, a lot of these quote unquote influential traders online, like they want to catch the wave of momentum with people and they're drum up. They want to drum up, attention and stuff. So they start posting and trading GameStop and AMC when it's absolute garbage. And it keeps keeping. I mean, look, there's a trader right now with 24,000 people watching his live streams. And it's because he's trading GameStop and AMC. I've got 278 people right now watching because I'm trading, smart, smart, responsible stuff. So people want that. And if I started slinging GME, I'd probably have 30,000 people on YouTube as well. But it's just terrible. It's terrible trading. 3-minute chart. 3-minute chart. That's right, Danny. That's right. That's the thing with anything in life. If you're not responsible and mature enough to have ownership in your trades or in your personal life or whatever the reason may be, you're never going to grow in anything you do. I love every one of you in here. Exactly right. Exactly right. Things are starting to look pretty bearish on the Qs. Let's take a look and see what the VIX is doing. VIX is down. Ks are tanking. Financial sector is on the rebound here. SPY. Right there. Interesting concept here. So let's go to the 5. 8.21 is coming down here. The price is crossing through the 21 EMA right there. Oh, for sure. For sure, John. Yeah, that book was one of the best books I've read. I listen to his podcast sometimes too. So it's incredible. Nope. I'm not throwing shade, as so to speak, to those people. It's just when people try to capitalize off of those stocks to make a living on the lower end traders who don't know what they're doing, that's my problem because they are garbage. There's no logic behind them right now. GameStop is a $3, $4 stock and it's trading at $200 something right now. And it's it is what it is, but when people try to become a quote unquote investable influencer and try to push their theories on people, like hold all day long or diamond hands, is ridiculous. Eventually, GameStop will be back under $10 a share. It will. It's just not possible to be up this high. So it may take a year or whatever it is. But my point is that to force those theories on young people, this diamond hands and never sell, and it's destructive. It's absolutely destructive. So that's my point. If you want to trade those and be responsible about it, have at it, as long as you're being a responsible trader. That's right, Luke P. Dakota Meyer. Yeah, that's an incredible one right there. Have you ever tried trading SPY way outside the money? A contract moves from $2 to 3 cents would be a 50% gain, but you got to look at the deltas on those too. It depends. So it doesn't at all. Department car stereo repair. It doesn't at all. Not to mention the insane implied volatilities. Don't get me started on the implied volatilities. That's right, but sir. That's right. All right, SPY is currently right here at the bottom. Not much going on. Not much going on. Switch back to the 3. And it's probably going to be this way until the FOMC, unfortunately. I am not. I am not. Am I a Christian by any chance? Yes, I am a Christian. I'm a very, 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 very devout Christian. Yes. It's at 2 o'clock Eastern. So what is that? 4 hours? 3 hours and 20 minutes until the FOMC. I attempt to, Devin. I'm not going to do another stream if it's just a bunch of nothings. If it's a nothing sandwich and we're sitting there trading chop, I don't think, there's no reason to live stream for 6 hours and just talk about the chop. So, plus, I like to, I want to be productive, and I could be creating content for you instead of talking about how choppy this is. So, So SPY looks like it wants to stick to the bottom half of their range, bounce off the POC, and sandwich right now between the bottom range. Now, it's curious what we're going to do here, because this price is right now on the bottom of the range, 424.13. It's neck and neck, cent to cent. Now it's dropped below 424.11. Now let's see what we're going to do. XLF, what's it doing? It's green. Q's dropping. K's dropping. I wouldn't blame you, New Zealand. I wouldn't blame you. All right, right here at the bottom of the range, and this will be a determining point of what's going to happen here. Are we going to bounce and go higher? Or are we going to break down and trend lower until the FOMC? So, $34% of my strangles. I'll take it all day long. Keep doing those, babies. Love it. All right. Well, Jason, there's always been short squeezes, for sure. But what you saw with GameStop's never going to happen again. I mean, short squeezes happen all the time, but not to that extent, because Logic came out and shorted the crap out of a $20 stock that was valued at $4, which was GameStop. And then, of course, Wall Street Bets stepped in and stuck the hammer to the man and jacked it up to $500 a share, which is, it'll never happen again. So that's the problem. The problem with the implied volatility, you just got to watch that. And you're paying a ridiculously, ridiculously, ridiculously high premium just to get them, just to play, just to saddle up. Yep. I'll try, John. Yeah, I know. I was trying to do better that yesterday. It's just kind of throw it in the room that, hey, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm looking at. But yeah, I'll try to give everybody a heads up. All right, so the Qs are coming down. XLK, actually, I want to keep the Qs here. XLK is there, right at the bottom of their range. XLF is on the uptrend, inversely related, which is very weird. It's been happening this week, but you don't see that very often. So the SPY did Berkeley definitely had their low right here at 424.05. So pre-market lows is 424, which is a sticking point. Right here, here. We bounced off of it 3 times and almost a fourth and now a fifth. So a little resistance there at that 424. After that, it's going to be 423.50. So be on the lookout for that. All right, I'm going to go to the 5-minute chart. I'm going to expand this a touch because I want to see it. So it hasn't been picking one particular EMA. We bounced off the 34 in the VWAP, 21, and now we're reduced down to the 8. So all right. SPY's off the bottom of the range, getting a little green here action. XLF is on an uptrend. And a bunch of nothing sandwich. If it breaks the range, it depends on the volume. If it trickles below the range, no. No. And if it does break lower, then, with volume, that's what I want to see, conviction and volume, it will come down. Hey, it's something, Mike. You can get you a sandwich. 2.5%. How do you open two charts at once? If you come up to the top right here, you can click on the little box and select which one do you want. Do you want one chart? You can do two, horizontal or vertically oriented, three on, so forth, four, and all. Oh, there you go. So XLF. I think this thing might start dipping. I'm going to consider taking some puts here. XLF is rejecting the 21 EMA. But I want to see breaking down. So on the squeeze momentum here, on the Qs, it's firing to the downside here. So it definitely wants to drop. EMAs have crossed over to the downside. And this is on the 3-minute chart. Because, Ben, if you look back to 2 Fridays ago, I took a 60% loss. Things because Biden came out and I bought puts, and Biden announced his interest or his tax plan reduction, and about 3-4. I mean, if you're setting tight limit stops, for sure, I see your point. I did not have stops at the time, and I was down like 45%, and at that point, I was like, all right, well, I'll just play damage control and try to gain some of it back, and obviously it didn't. So I definitely see your point there. However, most people, it's just like Dave Ramsey talking about, when people ask, hey, well, if I use a credit card every month, pay it off to a zero balance every month just to gain the points, the credit card, like flight points, travel points, can I just do that? Because it's still using cash. Well, no, because you bring into emotional side of things. And a lot of people can't control that emotional side of things. That's the thing. That's the point. It's all about controlling your emotions. And when you've got 100% of your portfolio in, and then you're going to start missing plays because you'll have a proper setup, but you're looking at your entire portfolio traded. And it's like, oh, well, then you start second guessing yourself, and you may miss a good entry because you second guess yourself. And like, oh, well, I can't do it now because I'll be chasing. When you're not actually chasing, it's just still a good setup. And it brings in a whole realm of emotions. Whereas if you reduce that position size, you take emotions out because you're using 10% of your portfolio or 5% of your portfolio. You're not going to be as attached to it. You can let that go and push the buy button or push the sell button instead of having the hesitation. You don't want to second guess yourself. It's already hard enough finding a good setup. You don't need to second guess yourself. All right, what's we doing here? Qs are dropping, drop. XLF is starting to drop. $423.50, Devin. $423.50 is the next support if this thing drops. All right, so I'm looking at entering some puts here. VIX is starting to climb, as you can see there. Qs are starting to fall. XLK is starting to fall here, bouncing off the ADMA on the 3 and 5 minute. Let's go back to the Qs here. And then, of course, you got XLF, which is got the red here, and it's right on the 8. If that thing pops below, it's going to take SPY with it. So I'm watching SPY. I'd love to take some puts and ride this thing down for a little bit, maybe hit the next volume node of 423.50. 423.50 is next support. So Now this is the 5-minute chart. Let's go to the 3 right here, just below. We're outside of the volume node here. So right below the volume node here at 422, 424.11. Q's right here at the bottom of their range, XLK at the bottom of their range, and XLF right in the middle. But are we going to get a rejection off their volume node here and come down? So techs have been weakening in the morning time. VIX currently on the uptrend right now. Well, we'll see, Chris. We'll see. It is super low volume. That's why I'm holding off. That's why I'm holding off. Yeah, for sure you play much tighter. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Now, if you look at my position, like if you look at my win rate, you look at my history on the charts, if you take 100% of your position size on every single play, including the big losses that I've had, you're still going to be way up. So I see your theory, Ben. Now, I've been doing this for almost a decade, so I've narrowed down my emotions. I know when I'm being emotional and vice versa, and that's not a problem. Because yeah, I mean, I've taken 30% trades, 20% losses, 30% losses, stuff like that. And even if I put 100% of my portfolio in every single trade for the past 4 months, I would be up like 500 or 600%. So I feel you. I feel you. But it's about, it changes the emotional game. If I were to do that, I don't think I'd be as successful or have bigger plays, bigger wins, because my emotional side of things would have come into play. If I'm putting in however much money I've got and see those massive numbers in one trade, I would be freaking out on every single candle. I just wouldn't be able to handle those swings. So that's the problem. That's the problem. The emotional side of things is the limiting factor there, not the math. And maybe that's my Dave Ramsey talking, because I've been following Dave Ramsey my entire life. Maybe that's him talking. But the emotional side of things is very important. All right, SPY is currently right here at the bottom of the trend. Let's see if we can bounce off the 21. Not holding any position right now. Things are looking bearish at the moment, though. I'm going to add the squeeze momentum back in. Right here. Hey, it's already on there. That's cool. That's right, Patty. That's right. But, you know, I had to learn that lesson the hard way. I YOLO'd not only, I YOLO'd 200% of my portfolio because I did 100% margin too. So I've been there, done that. And that's the absolute worst idea you could ever possibly happen. Much less YOLOing 100%, try doing 200% of your portfolio. And then you lose it all. That's really fun. That's really fun. So trust me, I've been there, done that. I've written the book on stupid. That's why I'm here to teach y'all to keep from being stupid. So I have a degree in stupid. $422.22 is currently the price of SPY right down here. Nothing sandwich. I've got about another hour, if that. I may not even make it to 11 o'clock today. This is ridiculously boring. So I have a lot of crap I could be doing sitting here looking at SPY tick away these little bitty candles. So no, do not do leverage, please. Do not do leverage. I'm telling you, it's a bad idea. It's a gambler's mindset. You're taking out a loan to buy stocks. It's an awful, awful idea. If you're rocking a 95% win rate and you are a high-level trader and you've got a year of experience, a year of track record of have 95%, maybe you can utilize some extra capital to make more money. But using a margin is reserved for high experienced traders. Please do not use margin. I'm telling you. You'll get bit and you won't like it. The one thing worse than losing your money is losing somebody else's money that you owe. It's just terrible. It's like I've had family members come to me and say, hey, take my money and trade for me. It's like, yeah, it's great, but what if I lose your money? Like, I don't want to lose your money. I don't want to, and I sure as heck don't want to owe that money back, like in the form of margin. Yeah, Preston, I feel you. You want to think about the long-term side of your accounts too. Try not to think about your 1 month gains. Think about your 30-year gains. And if you blow your account, sure, you can make it back, but it took me years to make my account back after I blew it up. And I still had to fund it with outside investments to get it back up. So please, like, it's very hard. Once you blow up your account, you become experienced as a trader, you pay market tuition, but it's very difficult to build your account back up. And if you destroy it on margin, then it's even worse. So I'm telling you, I've been there, done it. Yep, I feel you, babe. Trust me. All right, well, Q's right here. And, yep, SPY's right here. Boring stuff. I'm not going to repeat myself over again. Y'all know the deal. What questions you got? Let's talk about something else. What you got for me? Someone said, all right, what was the first question? When you sell Strangle, hold on, I missed it. When you sell Strangles, are the naked puts calls? Both. I do both. Most of the time it's covered, though. Let's talk about GameStop's new executives. No. You expect it to trade like this to the Fed? I would expect, yeah, Chris. Maybe a little volatility right before, but people closing out and buying positions, gambling. But yeah, it's probably gonna be like this. What should my wife and I do in Denver on our next vacation? Man, I love Denver, dude. I love Denver. Of course, I flew in and out of Denver a lot when I go skiing at Vail. That's what I do. I fly into Denver and I drive on I-75 out to Vail. I love Denver, man. If it wasn't for their let's call it the strict gun laws, I would be considering moving to Denver after my pilot career comes to an end. But yeah, love Denver. I would definitely catch a Rockies game. I would definitely go out to the mountains. That's what I would. I'm an outdoors guy, so I don't really care about seeing city sights. I would go to the mountains. That's what I would do. Go see the moose, the meese. I'd go see all the meeses. I'd go see the elks. No thoughts on that, Dr. Phil. Is there a volume profile on Webull? I couldn't say. I hope there is. I don't like Webull. Webull sucks. So. Good stuff. Yeah, I love Denver. Is inflation really transitory? Absolutely not. Inflation is absolutely here, and it's only going to get much, much worse. I think we'll see one of the worst inflationary rises in decades. But of course, Jay Powell is going to come out and say it's transitory. That's his only way. The government, not to get political, but the government, especially Jay Powell, loves to wash their hands of responsibility. It's one of the huge problems of our government these days is that no one takes responsibility. Nobody wants to be like, all right, yeah, that was my fault. This is our fault. Let's get it fixed. It's like, oh, no, it's not my fault. It's transitory. But you know what? It's here to stay. So just wait. Just wait. Wait till they turn the printer off. All right, let's see here. Lived in Denver for 10 years. Nice, great, nice, Chief. Yeah, I love Denver. I did some training out, of course, when I went to Pueblo for flight training. I loved it out there. I fell in love with Colorado. It had been the first time I've been to Colorado at that point, and just learning how to fly in Colorado, God, it's incredible. Love it. I'm a huge baseball fan, so Rockies games, I'd for sure do that. Preston says, compared to the red trades last couple of days, would you attribute yesterday's successful trades to the market following a good pattern? For me, it was focus because I wasn't live streaming. I was focusing on the trades. I was dialed in, and the market was a little more predictable than the day before. It was just a lot of good things. Why scalp SPY options versus shares? Much, much, much higher premium returns. Much, much higher returns. Ben says loose weed laws is greater than strict gun laws. Well, I don't smoke weed, but I have a very, very large quantity of firearms. So strict gun laws affect me. Loose weed laws do not affect me. Lots of good breweries. Yep. Yeah, I did. Although I don't drink, I still visited the Coors factory, which is actually phenomenal. I love that tour, and I don't even drink, but it was phenomenal to see. I love the technical side of things, and I did try beer, of course, but I don't drink. If you could only do strangles every single time, would you? Yes. Estes Park, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's where Tommy Caldwell lives, the Rocky Mountain climber, or the rock climber. Check out the Shining Hotel for sure. What are the main indicators you use when you're deciding to enter SPY trades? The first and main one, volume profile. Point of control. That tells me when, where, how the volume is going to be manipulated. Yeah, point of control, volume profile, followed by the morning session ranges. doing that. And then once I get confirmation by those, I'll dial down to the EMAs and the VWAP and the squeeze momentum to verify entries and exits. Because that bullet is very large, Sugma. Why don't they just bite the bullet? It's a very large bullet. We're in unprecedented times. We have ridiculous asset purchase by the government. Shipping problems in both China and the LA shipping ports. Oil prices are skyrocketing. So I hope so, MMA. I hope so. I love it. We are not allowed gun ownership in Singapore. Yep. I agree, Cammy. I love Florida, aka the gunshine state. I love it. What's your gun collection? Man, can you tell us about gun collection? Sure thing. I've got a custom built Seeker Precisions 5.56. I love it. I've got a Havoc Bravo 6.5 Creedmoor that can reach out and touch 1,000 yards like it's 100 yards away. I absolutely love it. STI. I love those firearms. I've got a couple of 2011s that are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beauties to shoot. CZ 75 SP01, which is a 9mm. It's an all solid steel frame. It's heavy, but it's a target weapon. I love it. I even love carrying it, even though it's heavy. Just a bunch of stuff, man. I've got 308s. I've got 243s, shotguns. I love them. America and their guns. That's right. Why do you need so many guns? Because I can. How do you keep your gun collection away from your kids? With a safe. Plus, I teach them very young how to handle weapons. I teach my kids 3-4 years old how to handle weapons. And it satisfies their curiosity. It satisfies their curiosity. A lot of people freak out about that. It's like you put a gun in their 4-year-old's hand. Yeah, it's an unloaded gun. But if you get the curiosity out of their minds early, they don't want to go looking for them when they can. So that's right, Daily Success. That's right. If you satisfy the curiosity of your kids in anything, not just firearms, but in anything, I promise you they won't go looking for them. It'll be responsible. My kids are very responsible with gun ownership, and they know not to touch daddy's guns. Ever done anything with shotguns? Yes, I've got a bunch of shotguns. I love them. I'm not as recreational with shotguns, but yeah, I still have some. Video of Options Millionaire, the range inbound. For sure, I'll do that. I'll put that in the hobbies channel one day. And we're still waiting. Got a little green candle here off the bottom of the range. I'm watching that one. Just talking a little hobby stuff while we're waiting for volume. I shot competitively through college. It was the most fun. Absolutely, silver buff for sure. I love competitive shooting. Love it. Excellent job by teaching kids. I'm guessing you taught them about recoil as well. Yep. There was a gun instructor who gave a young girl an automatic and the recoil entered the instructor's life. For sure. Any gun that I let my kids shoot that's a semi-automatic, I only load one round into each weapon. I don't give multiple rounds to start popping off just in case something goes wrong. Yeah, that's the young. You give them one round at a time. What are some of the pistols that the military issues? Well, right now they switched to they went away. They did have the Beretta M9, which I love the Beretta M9. Some people didn't like the M9 because it's a larger weapon, but it fits with. I have a larger hand, so it fits well with the weapon. I shot very well with it. I shot expert on the M16 and the M9. I've got a double ribbon for expert marksmanship on my ribbon rack. So, but they did switch to the SIG, which I love the SIG. I bet silver buff. I bet. let's not get too much into the political side of guns. I understand people are polarized on the topic of guns. So, it's a hobby. The SIG P320, yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's not the conversation I want to go down. So let's just change the subject. That's fine. I understand people have different viewpoints on firearms. All right, green candle being formed up here, right through the POC, climbing up in the 3-minute chart. QQQ is trading sideways. XLK right in the middle as well. Still the big nothing sandwich. Both, Steven. Best inflation hedge. That's a good question. Cash. That's a good. Not really, because inflation is a hidden tax. It's a hidden tax. A lot of people say crypto is the new inflation hedge, and of course, some people say gold. I personally think it's real estate. So if you have, cash, if you have a bunch of cash sitting around doing nothing, think about the extremes. 100% cash. You never have any investments. Some guy that doesn't trust anything, who just saves up money, and then hedge, and then inflation keeps going up. You're just losing money. That money becomes less and less through time. It's a hidden tax. It's the biggest hidden tax. So real estate for me is the best inflation. That's right. Look at McDonald's. McDonald's thinks they're a hamburger company. Nope, they're a real estate company. The real estate market is trillions and trillions of dollars more valuable than the stock market. Do I own any real estate? Yes, I do. My goal is to completely get out of the stock market eventually one day, which it was going to be in 2019. I did not want to do real stock market anymore. I was tired of trading. And then 2020 hit. And then I found this SPY system, and here I am. It's funny how God works, isn't it? Puts me in this position. I own REITs too. TRTX just announced their 20-cent dividend. They're going back up to 43 cents a share for a dividend. I love TRTX, man. TRTX is treating me nice. If you haven't looked into REITs, I highly recommend it. You can do a dividend reinvestment program, exponential gains, put money into some REITs. Awesome program. I think if I remember right, I could be wrong on this. In order to legally qualify as a REIT, you have to contribute to 98% of your revenue back into dividends for your stock investors, I think. But REITs are fantastic. I do have real estate. Jay, I'm going to reference you to my volume profile video, YouTube video, my educational series. It talks all about the volume profile. I think you'd get a better explanation than me talking about it on here. That's a curious response. And I don't know if you're being facetious or not, but he said the best hedging against inflation is debt. A lot of rich people, well-off to do people, I'm talking like hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars value, they use debt a lot. I just got an Ambler alert come across on my phone. They use debt. So they'll leverage their assets, they'll buy debt, and they'll use that to write off expenses. So they don't have income. They don't show income. That's why all these major corporations can only report fractions of their income, because they leverage debt. Can you do a video on REITs? That's an interesting concept. I could do a video on some REITs. I love REITs. Wish I had some cash for TRTX right now. Man, I love it. I got in back when they were $7.20. They actually dropped down to $2 a share. I had some people get into it, and then I got in at $7.20, and man, I love it. SPY is currently, let's take a look at SPY. Hey, look at that. Right back in the middle of the range. Another nothing sandwich. That's right. Yep, it is, Jay. Anyway, if you are new to the channel, we've had another 50 or 60 people join yesterday on the YouTube channel. So please like and subscribe to the channel. Obviously, you get obviously notifications for new videos that are coming out, plus the live streams. Join the Discord. Man, they got a lot of cool people in there. A lot of good information to toss around and discuss. And we're starting to grow. Like as we expanding, I'm going to start expanding beyond the SPY. I'm adding QQQ. I'm going to start trading SPX a lot more publicly, at least. Strangle, straddles, advanced trading options. Anything you want to talk about. Of course, all of this is backed by the Patreon room. The Patreon is what's funding all of this. It's what allowing us to grow. This is a 60, 70 hour a week job for me. Much more than anticipated when I first started. When I first started, I thought there'd be a couple of hundred people want to follow me and stuff. We now have almost 9,000 people. So putting out content, talking, answering hundreds and hundreds of DMs, and it's all because of the Patreon support. Without it, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to put out high quality content with this new system and so forth. So I do appreciate it. If you do want to support the Patreon right now, it is free to join the Discord. However, you can support through the Patreon. We're adding more and more attributes, a lot of cool stuff that's going to involve veteran exotics, for example. He's going to be involved in the Patreon. We have the podcast that comes out every Thursday. Episode 3 will be coming out tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. The first two episodes are out already. Of course, we've got the budgeting tool that will be released in June. That'll be for Tier 2 members, so be on the lookout for that. Once your Tier 2 memberships are confirmed, you'll be getting that budgeting. Tier 3 will be getting 2 calls a week or 2 meetings with me personally every month. 2 meetings a month to discuss anything you want personally in terms of financial personal stuff, not your personal life, but financially, your personal finances. I'll discuss anything from debt management. If you want to look into opening an LLC or business like I have done, I have a lot of experience in. So on and so forth. So I'll discuss anything. I'll help you build an LLC. I'll help you discuss your business. I'll help you discuss trading, whatever you want. So I'll be doing two calls a week with that. And of course, technical support for your budgeting tool. Anyway, that's all the benefits of joining the Patreon. If you do, I'll post the Patreon link in the YouTube live chat so you can follow on to it. And then, of course, if I didn't make that clear, that the podcast is exclusive content for the Patreon members. And there you go. All right, so the Qs right now, currently right smack dab on that volume node, trading at 342.94, and SPY is right in the middle of their range. Is it possible to start an LLC for just for trading? I believe it is. That's a good question. I haven't started an LLC for trading. I think it is. I'll have to look into the legalities of, I guess, starting your own little personal hedge fund, but you need an S corp. I'd probably say that's right. Would love to follow your journey on creating LLC too. I thought about doing the same. I'm not creating an LLC now, but I have in the past. I've created a few of them. So if you need help with that, I'll be happy to talk about LLCs. But that'll be reserved for the Patreon calls for those who want to get that. Can't give away everything for free. You know that. I really was reading the LLC incorporate legal is protected. Yep, that's right. Limited liability corp. That's what that stands for. So you're limiting your liability. What did he say? All right, MMA says, I have no debt in all reality. My problem is I'm merely yearly passive income is stagnant at 80K a year before taxes. And we either have to cut spending in certain areas or make money to do more buy things. Yep, it's either an income problem or an expense problem, or both. Income problem is harder to fix than expense problem. Expense problem, you just stop spending. I agree, though. That's the problem right there. All right, so in about another 20, 30 minutes, I'll be hopping off here. This is just boring stuff. I don't think anybody wants to watch this, just a little sideways chop. That's why I'm trying to answer as many questions as you can, even if it's non-related, because it's boring. Q's about the downtrend here. XLF, let's take a look at XLF. Is uptrending. XLK, a little bit of red candle there. And all I'm doing is repeat myself, so that's right, Ben. Helps with capital gains taxes. When we were talking about looking for volume for confirmation trades, how much volume is enough volume? It's not necessarily of a number. It's just I like to see it a relative change. It's really about relative change. So when you come into a low volume area to a high volume area, or at least a increasing volume area, you know that there's influx, and that's what you want to see, the influx. You don't want to see it much another sideways trading low volume. So what up, PGA Epic? All right, and SPY is currently on the climb again. Another influx of buying there right there. Q's got the little green right there. Let's look at the VIX. VIX is falling. VIX is falling. Well, there's a couple of different ideas to that, Joshua. You know, it depends how conservative or aggressive you want to be and what you think the move is going to be. So that's why you want to kind of take a look at the volume profile and see where things are going to bounce and where things are going to fall. If you think there's chances that you're going to pick a strike that's too fall, where there's a high probability where you're going to bust outside those bounds, you just got to pay attention, right? For the less conservative approach I took, that was about a week and a half out, and I chose 0.1 deltas on those because I thought those were kind of conservative, and they're doing very well. They're down to 50 cents a piece right now. I'm very happy with my Strangles. Eyeing puts at the top of the range. Yes. Yes. Is the market like this during the summer traditionally? I've only been around 2 years, and they were raging the last 2 summers. Well, what you're seeing is more closer to a quote unquote normal market than the past year. Did you draw the support and resistance yourself, or does TradingView do that for you? I draw it myself. Although Lothlin wrote a script in TradingView to automatically draw it. See these dots? That's why there's dots in a line. The lines I draw myself. The dots, he wrote a script that automatically does it for you. So I draw the line still so you can see it shoot out real far. But the dots there stop right here. So awesome stuff. I'm with you, Whitler Cody. I'm about to buy some puts myself. So it's rejecting the node, and that's what I want to see. So XLK Qs on the downtrend there. XLF is up, and the SPY is right there. I'm going to take some puts and see if I can run them to the bottom of the range because Qs are starting to roll, and we can't seem to break through this volume node right here. All right, so the Qs are on the downfall there. Let's take a look at XLK. I might take a trade here. XLF, got the green coming up to the top of their POC. SPY is right on this volume node at this 424.57 level. Let's take a look at it in relation to the past. So 425 is the traditional rejection level. We've already rejected this level once to this earlier today at 424.58, which is pretty much where we are. How many contracts do I usually buy? Well, yesterday I posted some position sizes because people have been asking to. I just thought I'd throw some in there for y'all. Yesterday I was going to 200s and 100s. SPY rejecting that volume node again. You starting to roll. I'm going to take some puts here. Let's see if I could jump in some puts here. All right, let me bring these up. June 21st. Now let's do a 422 strike. Oh, excuse me. All right, SPY is here rejecting that level again, which was already rejected once. I want to see the VIX first. What is the VIX doing? VIX is starting to increase, which is good. SPY. All right, so on the 5-minute chart, we're right on the 21 EMA here. Let's see if we can fall through that. XLF right at the top of their range. XLK is they're at the bottom of theirs, and the Qs are still falling. So it's right off bouncing on the SPY. It's bouncing on the 5-minute chart off the 21. and pop through the 21. VIX rising. All right, VIX might get a bounce here. That's the lows of the day, the bounce. SPY. Let's go back here. I'm going to loosen this up a little bit. XLF. Still climbing. SPY is down here at the bottom. Yep, I'm going to test some puts here. I believe it's broken through the EMAs on the 5-minute chart. It's looking very bearish. Squeeze momentum is all still in the squeeze, but the Qs are starting to roll hard, and VIX is starting to. And the reason, my main reasoning here, the VIX is bottomed out and it's starting to increase. So XLK and then the XLK and the Qs broke their low session lows twice today. SPY is up here. I think they may follow suit and bring a little lower. It's already got some huge selling right here. And the support way down here is at 424. So we're still what? We're still 30 cents off that. You can make a good sample here. And the only thing holding up that is XLF. Once the XLF rolls, it should bring down SPY. And I might play a put here. I think we'll get a little downside here. Try to make a play before we get this FOMC here. So take a look at the Delta, Barry. I would probably say 50 cents or so, 40 to 50 cents. I'll have to look at the deltas to tell you the answer to a 10% gain. So EMAs are downtrending now. Qs, they're near the POC here. All right, these 422 June 21st puts are currently trading at $1.94 each. I'll do a smaller position size here because I don't have a crazy amount of confidence in these plays, so I'll do a smaller position size. So that red candle is getting wicked out a little bit here. And I've got about 20 minutes left till I'm hopping off here. It's above the POC, so I'm scared to take puts. Well, you know, it's a weak day here. Definitely lower confidence than yesterday because things are just so weak. But yeah, we rejected this now. We rejected this level twice, this 424.57 level twice now, almost down to the penny we rejected it. Am I coming back for the Fed meeting? Possibly, Pablo. If the Fed meeting's a nothing sandwich, I'm not coming back for that crap. But if we inject some volatility, for sure. Maybe I'll live stream right when Fed starts talking, Powell starts talking, and then go from there. I'll just sign off if it's boring, but we'll see. It's a beautiful day out. My kids are home. I'd love to play with my kids outside for a little bit, so we'll see. Probably a dumb question since clear. I've never used it, but what's bearish about this volume profile? There's not much volume on the highs. Rejecting prior levels, Chief. Rejecting prior levels. You're going to close a Strangle before the Fed meeting? I think so, Chris. I'm already up a ridiculous amount. So at that point, it'd just be greedy. So I'll buy to close those. I'm definitely listing towards puts though for the meeting, so we'll see what happens. I'm not obviously that's just, you know, a gut feeling. I'm not gonna trade off that, but those will what I'll have loaded prior to the meeting. And if I need to switch, obviously it takes me about 4.5 seconds to switch, but. Can I post a link to the Discord for sure? It's also down. It should be down in the description. I'll just go ahead and post it here as well. There's the Discord and the Patreon. My entry seems to be killing me. I attempted to get in $1.94, but got filled at $1.97, so I'm at the hold. Do you enter with a limit amount, or I buy at limits? I buy at limits. And it doesn't really matter too much, but I mean 3 cents right there. So because the spreads are pretty tight on SPY, but I always play limits just because I like to have full control of my entries. Now, if I want to be a little more liberal with those, and I don't mind a little fluctuation, if I see like a pretty strong increasing volume, I'll place my limit 3 or 4 cents above the price because I don't mind getting in. But I want to control my limits. Just because you're doing limits doesn't mean you have to put your limit right at the bid. Have a strategy behind it. And maybe I need to do a video on proper entries using limit buys. But I will always use limit buys, and I'll adjust them as needed. Sometimes if I think the price is falling and I want to catch the bounce, I'll put the limit below the bid. But I always play the bid. I'll just adjust it to the bid. So I'll sometimes play it 3 or 4 cents above the bid, 2 or 3 cents above it, right at the bid. Doesn't matter. Are you in or waiting for entry? I'm not in. I'm not in, Chief. Just waiting. How's it going, Chief? How you doing? All right, so let's take a look here. POC right here on the 5-minute chart on SPY. XLK is down here. Q's, SPY is there. XLF. Getting a little red there. And most importantly, the VIX. VIX is also a nothing sandwich. Living the dream. I love it, Chief. You and me both, man. Better than I deserve, as Dave Ramsey says. I'm better than I deserve. That's incredibly true for me. What do I do for work? I train dolphins for the military. You know, the military uses top secret dolphins to gather intel, and that's what I do. So I put on my wetsuit and chicken suit, and I train dolphins. Train dolphins. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm a pilot for the military. I'm actually Air National Guard, but active duty. I'm on 365 Title 10 orders, so I'm active duty. Which, if you don't know about the Air National Guard and you want to join the military, but you don't want to be active duty, it's an awesome experience. But I am 24/7 Title 10 active duty, just scheduled with the Air National Guard. OM trades the dolphin market confirmed. I know, Ben. Yeah, I know. They did actually used to trade dolphins. So nice, Kaka. You're welcome, Dallin. Appreciate it. I love what I do, so it's hard. Like when people say thank you for your service, I'm actually very, I'm very humble, and I love that people reach out and say those things. It's hard for me to accept thanks though, because I absolutely love what I do. Like for me, it's not a sacrifice because I absolutely love what I do. It's an incredible job. I love serving. I love wearing the uniform. I love the people that the family members and the people that I've met in the military. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you ever consider joining the military, please give it some serious thought. And obviously do your research. It's an incredible career, especially military aviation, dude. If you love aviation, military is where it's at. I think it was, Drew, for sure. There's still a friendly beluga whale out there who's a Soviet veteran. I don't say that, Dallin, just because it could draw up some emotions. So I don't say what I fly, at least at the moment. I'm sure it'll get out though. We'll see. It is, Chief. It's a solid family. Obviously, you meet, you have some leadership that is questionable, just like in every institution and job. But most people I meet, it's an awesome family. It's an awesome family. All right, so currently on the uptrend here, you got a little bit of, well, not uptrend, but we got some green candles on the SPY. Qs is down here. Seems to be rejecting the POC. We'll see what happens. It's just the thought of a Soviet, like a Soviet beluga whale. It's like who has for me, I'm picturing a talking beluga whale that has a Russian accent. That's why it's funny to me. All right, so currently right now, man, this is just absolutely ridiculous. Boring stuff. You've got me for another 10 minutes and I'm out of here. Hey, OM, can you give me some background on why you choose $2 to $3 away? Because outside the money pays way more than at the money. If you look at the delta versus your premiums and your percentage returns as well as your Vega and stuff like that, especially if you're holding long term, your Vega is going to affect you more as well. But the outside the money is going to pay way more than at the money. Just look at the deltas and then look at your percentage returns on premiums. People only look at the deltas. Like, well, you're just paying the same. But look at your premiums as opposed to your deltas, and you'll see why I trade outside the money. Just do the math on them. It doesn't always. It does not always drop. Powell, the SPY does not always drop. In fact, I would say recently, SPY goes up more often than it drops on when Powell talks. Because people are waiting for the hammer to drop, and he just keeps turning on the printer instead of dropping the hammer. So lunchtime calls, BHE. Thank you, buddy. Hey, I love the wooden flag still. It's amazing stuff. For all those new people, BHE Designs sent me a custom Options Millionaire American flag. You can see the unboxing video on my YouTube channel. Man, it's beautiful. If you're looking at some custom wooden American flags, or any other flag for that matter, I don't know what other flags he does. I shouldn't say that because I'm not sure if he does other countries. But yeah, the American flag, man. If you want a custom flag, go to him. Awesome stuff. And look at that. Take a look at the video on my chart on my YouTube channel. But amazing stuff. I think it's, if I had to guess, it's going to be a nothing sandwich. That's what it's going to be. I think we might have a little bit of oscillation here because people hedging, getting in and out, playing the event itself. But I think it's going to be a nothing sandwich. We'll see. BHE Designs, thank you, buddy. If you want to post your website, go ahead. Let people click on it, take a look at your work. I'm in high school. Everyone I talk to about the market tells me to buy leaps and shares and very long-term trades. Do you think it's still viable? It depends what your strategy is, Boom. I mean, those are all different strategies. That's like asking apples and oranges. So it's all about what you want to do. Yeah, Cody just said it right. He said he wouldn't touch calls right now because the market's being propped up by toothpicks and bubblegum. I absolutely right. And I actually agree. I do not trust beyond all-time highs on absolutely no volume. And this has been this way for like 3 weeks now. We've been trading sideways since April, but we've been at this all-time high stuff for like a week now, and it's absolutely no volume. And there's a reason why buyers aren't stepping in. So I'm not touching this. At least not with calls. I might scalp a few positions for a few minutes, but yeah, I'm not touching calls. Me too, Drew. Me too. Will I be trading from Discord tomorrow? Yes, I will not be live streaming. I'll be trading from Discord tomorrow. That's absolutely right, Department Coast Air Repair. He's not going to say anything. That's crazy. I still be in the voice chat. Yep. Well, I might be in the voice chat. I still want to be there for my Patreon members, so I might be in the voice chat. Although if I'm in the zone and not focused, you may hear me start to ramble about some stuff or like talk to myself. But yeah, we'll see. Just found your channel. What's up, Supreme Eternal? The skew is at record levels. Nice. Nice, Bob. Referencing the skew. Not many people talk about the skew. Yeah, the skew is ridiculous right now. The general consensus is we're going to have a reset. But you have to be careful with the general consensus. How many people lost money in 2020 because they were calling the tops? There's no way the market can be this high during a pandemic. So you got to be careful with general consensus. General consensus, especially in trading, is usually wrong. Well, your mic did something weird when you did that. It was perfect. All right, you've got for another 4 minutes, and I'm signing off, sir. So whatever questions you got, throw them at me. Or the market could sit here for a long time and consolidate. We've been doing that for since April, so for sure. For weeks, I've been trying to figure out who you sounded like. Now it makes sense. CW Lemoyne? I've never listened to him, but thank you, I think. Experts have called 29 of the last 4 corrections. Yeah, for sure. Q's fallen again. XLF. Okay. Here, you know what? Let's take a put. I'm going to take this quick put here. Let's see. XL. Oh, SPY is right there. Q's dropping. Let's see if I can get a couple cents. This is going to be a quick play. Let's see if I can get in here, yo. Let's see if I can get in here. All right, let's see. June 21st. June 21st, not 421s. June 21st. Hold on a second. Trading. Be nice if I have the right order chart pulled up. All right, June 21st, 422s. Currently trading $1.91 each. All right, let's go over to here. A little bit of buying coming at SPY though, although QQQ is falling. Q's bouncing off the bottom though.
You need a pencil?
Fighter pilot reacts with his video. Oh, I see. What's up, Mark? Oh, Mark says, hey, I've been in the service for a good while. Just wanted to say I'm really happy with how far I've come to learn enough to make. Oh, thanks, Mark. I appreciate that. That's exactly what I want. I want people to learn and grow. So thanks for being here. SPY, let's go to the 3-minute. There it is. So we're below the range of the morning on the SPY. Nope, that's the wrong chart. That's why we're on the wrong. That's why it's below the range. So SPY. There we go. All right, got this little doji up here right in the middle of the volume profile. The Qs. There's the Ks, XLF. VIX is getting a little bounce here. What was your motivation for wanting to teach people by streaming, having a Discord? That's a good question, Nicole, because I had no idea I wanted to do this. Hold on, I'll answer your question here. Let me see if I need to take a position here. I've got these things dialed up. Let me see here. So let's take a look at the Qs. All right, you got those up. Qs want to fall. See, things want to fall. It's just this low volume crap, man. Low volume crap. All right, I'm going to take a small put here. June 24th, 422s. I think we're going to come down a little, although here, so we got, you know what? I'm not touching this. I keep going back and forth. I keep seeing some buying. Until I see more weakness in the Qs, I'm not touching it. I'm going to stick to my guns. What do you think? All right, Nicole says, what was your motivation for wanting to teach people to stream? Okay, so I had no idea that I wanted to do this. No idea. Then, through this whole Wall Street bets thing, I kept posting my strategy that was, 90% win at the time, something like that. Hold on. Now I'm taking puts. Let's see. All right, I took some puts at $1.94. Let me post this in the room. I think we'd go down a little bit. And the VIX is going to increase. All right, I'm happy with the position. Let's see. Let me post this in the OM Only Plays room. Let's see. In June 21st. I'm going to clarify that because there's two different labels for that. 422s. I'm in at $1.94. All right, so yeah, here's my thinking here. You got the SPY is right up here. I think the VIX is going to climb because we're just going to get this bounce off here. I'm going to climb, and the Qs keep getting sold down here at the bottom. We'll see. This will be a quick play in and out. Quick play in and out. Either way, we're right here at the bottom. So, yes, it is MMA. All right, let's see. Anyway, yeah, so I posted in Wall Street Bets, and I kept getting muted and deleted. So, like, screw this. Even though, like, there were thousands of posts about YOLOs. And anyway, everyone knows my story. So, I just Googled how, because I'd never heard of Reddit or Discord before. So, I Googled how to create your own Reddit chat room or whatever. And it came up, start your own sub. So, I created my own sub. And then I had like 2,000 people in a few days. And then I created a Discord. And then I created a YouTube channel. And 3 months later, here we are. So I had no idea how to do this. And then it's been fun teaching people how to not to make the same mistakes I did. It's been fun. All right, currently at $1.96 on these puts. So I'm up 2 cents on them. Let's see if we can go a little further. Now $1.95. So Q's falling below the range here. Now we just need a little bit of downturn. An upturn of the VIX, downturn of the SPY, which it seems like it wants to do that. I'm happy with the position so far. So oh yeah. Thanks, Bob Lablaw. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. I'm just going to say inputs 1.94. And let's change this to green just to say, hey, I'm in. And we're going to put the little flag right there. Hey, getting a little red. I like it. I'm not holding this. I'm not being greedy on these things. I'm going to let this thing do its thing, and I'll sell it if I need to. So. Quick little scout. Quick little scout. That's all I want. Nothing cray-cray. You know what I mean? $1.98, $1.99. What's the VIX doing? VIX is upturning, which is why the main reason why I bought this. Currently got to ask at $1.99. I'm happy with this. I don't want much out of this. I'm not going to be greedy. A little bit of red, a little bit of green. I've got my sell order pegged up, currently at 201. That's what I want to see, baby. 203, let's go. Oh, there's the tank. Come on. Tank City. Tank City. Let's go. All right. Are you consider ever doing plays that capitalize on IV crush, like before earnings? That's a good question. It's a good question. I like it. There we go. There we go. XLK is dipping. VIX, come on, baby. Give me a VIX. Come on, drop this baby to 300. Let's get 395, baby. Come on. 395. God, look at that. Talk about right timing. Talk about right timing. But what comes down comes up quickly. I'm not being greedy here. I'm taking some off the table here. There she goes. All right. I've got 204 ask. I'm going to take 204, I think. Because what comes up, what goes down quickly might come up quickly when it's unpredicted. What's the VIX doing? Climbing. This candle's getting wicked out, which I don't like to see. I don't like that. I don't like that. I got 203 on the ask. VIX is getting that. All right, I'm going to take this. I'm taking 203. Let's see if I can get 203 filled. Can I get 203 filled? Can I get two? I've got to order in at 203. It's currently ask. I'm going to see if I can get that filled. It doesn't look like it wants it. There's 203 on the ask again. Come on, give me 203. Give me 203. Come on. I got back day today. Give me some good news before I go hit back. Oh, there you go. Oh, it filled me at 204. Sweet. I got filled at 204. I'm out 204. Let me post this and then I'll throw in my plays. Everyone out 204. Thanks, Denise. Appreciate it. I'll take that all day long. Alrighty. I'll screenshot these because people seem to like that. Let's see here. There she goes. All right, let me post this in the OM only plays room. Come over here with that. Captcha. There you go. Still falling though. So I could have had 207 right now. That's all right. I'm happy with that. I'll take that all day long, baby. All day long. Let's see. Holy smokes. Look at the dip on that. Dang it. Well, I'll take it, but hey, it is what it is. All right, so interesting. This changes things a little bit. Now we're outside of the range. Man, that's a thing. Never great taking profits. I know. Thanks, Pablo. Appreciate it. Gah. Great entry and stupid exit, even though I'll take it all day long. Anyway, 5% gain, I'll take it all day long. Anyway, what's going on, man? Hey, a lot of people are joining the Patreon this morning, so thank you very much for the additions there. Cody and Phillips, thank you very much for joining the Patreon, subscribing, supporting the community, reading the podcast. Thank you very much. I love the support. I appreciate it. You can also support via the super chats if you are new to the channel. So if you made a little money on that play and you want to give back, go for it, man. I love it. I appreciate it. I know, Pablo, thank you. But hey, win's a win. But man, I love taking those big plays. These are currently trading at what, 220 right now? Man, I'll take it though. I'll take it. All right, now let's take a look at what's going on here. The VIX spiked. Man, hindsight's 2020, you know? Hindsight's 2020. Love it. I'm about to, Pablo. You're exactly right, man. My kids are my wealth. I love them. Plus, I got a protein shake to eat or to drink. Yep. I'm about to close it. Chris. Not too much though. It gained 3 cents, so sorry to switch into my other account. Yeah, I gained 3 cents on it, so there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm not playing Strangles in my trading account though, because I'm not holding SPY shares in my trading account, so I have to switch over to my other account. This thing's still dropping. I might re-enter puts here. If this fails, I'm going to re-enter puts. Man, that would have been beautiful. You sound like CW Lemoyne. No, that's not me. What was my strangle play? I sold 413, 430, June 18th. Calls puts. So. I'm going to go ahead and close the strangle, though. We're approaching the FOMC. I want to close it anyway. So I'm going to close it here. 54 is the bid. Mid-ask right there. See if I can get 53. Ooh, let's keep going. I'm going to close them here. 53 cents filled. I'll just take the mid. All right, so that's 80 cents to 53. I'll take it all day long, baby. Yeah. Me too, Chris. That's why I like playing both Best of Both Worlds. Best of both worlds. I sounded like Mike Tyson there for a second. Best of both worlds. Best of both worlds. All right. Is there a bounce play in order? I don't think so. I don't want to play the bounce here. When you see that kind of thing, what's the market pricing in when you see that as we're approaching the FOMC? So there she goes. SPY is still falling right here. All right, I'm about to re-enter some pops, or re-enter some puts. So 423.50, that's the POC. Be careful with that. So I might take some puts and write it down to the POC. The POC. Let's auto these. So not the POC. I'm sorry. The volume node is 423.50, which we bounced off of several times already, and we're still falling. That song is one of my all-time favorite movies. I've never seen that one. That's right, Pablo. Yeah, that's one of the confidence I had. One of the reasons I had confidence in that put play is that I saw the VIX bottomed out and I saw a little green forming. I was like, man, this thing's gonna pop. If it pops a little bit, SPY, I'm at least gonna get 10 or 15 cents at a SPY. It's beautiful. Volume profile and VIX, baby. I'm telling you, there is nothing better than volume profile. Because, I mean, you could take all your crap fancy indicators and throw them out. You don't need all that crap. They're fads. It's what people do. They jump from strategy to strategy and indicator. It's a bunch of crap. The best trader in this entire room is veteran. Why do you think he uses a few basic indicators? He doesn't have crap written all over his charts. Volume profile. Volume at price. It tells you where the volume is at what price. That is more important than anything because that is actual factual data. You don't need the other crap. No. He doesn't need to. I mean, he's revealed his trade and stuff, but all right, let's go back to the daily chart. I will buy more puts here if I see this break down here. There's nothing wrong with rebuying puts. Oh, man, look at this dip. Look at this dip. So volatility is starting to come into the market. All right, hold on a second. I'm just thinking. XLK, SPYs, they're still falling. All right, so I don't want to take a put here yet because we're right at that volume node and we've bounced off 423.50 several times. So I'm not going to FOMO and chase this. I made my play. I exited too early. It is what it is. If I see it break down below 423.30 and 50, and then we go to the POC, the 1 month POC, that's different. If we break below 423.50, I'll take a put. But right now, I don't want to chase this because we have been bouncing off of 423.50 quite a lot. How do you determine the difference between chasing and confirmation? Exactly what I just said, Devin. Knowing your system, trusting your indicators. So buying here just because it looks like it's keep on going down, that's chasing. But I'm looking at 423.50. I know right here, there's a volume node on the 1 month chart on the 423.50 right here. And it's been bouncing off that. If we break below that, we know we have broken volume, we've broken support, and we're heading down to the 1 month POC. Then that's not chasing, that's confirmation. I enter that put, go down. So right now we're starting, let's go to the 1 minute so you can see these candles. See these candles form right here at the volume node? If we break below that, plus with the VIX continue on climbing, you look at all these indicators and the volume profile. That's why it's so crucial to know your volume profile. Forget about everything else. You don't need 87 lines drawn on your account. I can tell all this crap based on the volume profile, VIX, my EMAs, and the morning session ranges, which is approaching the afternoon session ranges. So, and look, it's bouncing right off the 423.50 level. It's that easy, people. It's that easy. That tune PZ, that's a little more risky than I intend to be. I don't want to hold through events like that because you just don't know what he's going to say. Somebody said that a news outlet reported that they're going to take measures on inflation a little sooner. I'd like to see that link. So volume increased on spending or selling. A long time, Debris. A long time. I think you can go out to the year on this one. Multi-years. So. Got to keep it on the numbers. That's right. Be very diligent. Don't allow slop in your system. I'm going to look this up, see if I can post that. Hold on. I'm not seeing it. All right, we just popped through the volume node. And it popped through. All right, now we got confirmation. So now I'm looking to take some puts. All right, hold on. Let me bring up my systems here. Still falling. Still falling. So what's that? Let's go out to the 1 month here. See, I'm getting caught up here. All right. Auto adjust these. The next stop is 422.30. That's gonna be next in the volume, and we're just punching through the volume node, so there's not much under here. There's not much under here. What's up, Emilio? How's it going? Yeah, if you could find that link, John, I can't find it. You could post it on there. I'd like to read that. Don't talk about GM. I don't know. So, you're welcome, Bull Bear Rider. Thank you. Thanks for being here. All right, a little bit of bounce right here, but watch, because we're below the volume profile node here. So let's go to the 1 month, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we broke the node 423.50. We're now at 423.40. So just be careful right here. I think this is going to be a bull trap. So just be careful. Immediately take a look at the videos here in the YouTube live video, in the YouTube chat. Oh, I just can't. I'm sorry. Take a look at the videos on my YouTube channel. Got a lot of cool stuff. The 91% video kind of outlines the basic tenets, because although I've adjusted a few things, so obviously, honestly, I do need to make a new video because I've incorporated a few things that just volume-based stuff that I like. But yeah, take a look at all the videos. I post everything about my indicators, so individual videos, overall videos. Take a look. I think so too, Pablo. I think so too. All right. Why is this clicking? Ah, there we go. Okay. Now we're good. All right. I will consider re-entering puts here once this little bear trap or bull trap falls out. So I'm going to come down a little closer. Right there. Bada bing. Jerome was clutch, though. That's why I'm not playing that position. I'm not playing the event. So all right, so right now, let's go to the 5-minute chart. So the EMAs are below, the price is below the EMAs. I'd like to see it bounce off the EMAs to the downside. The VIX popped up to 1694. It got a little red there. Q's getting a little bounce. K's getting a little bounce. XLF is starting to round over. So yeah, buddy. Sorry, I'm just drinking. The throat's dry. All right, all right, all right. One thing I've realized is I need a wired keyboard. All right, so I think we're going to get a little bounce here and then fade off again. VIX right now is up. XLK there. SPY. I don't trust this little pop. I just don't. Is my first and only channel with the... I don't know what that is. I may hold... It depends. I may hold something a little longer, so... Voice chat. If you look on the left side, all the way down at the bottom, you'll see the Patreon chat room. You have to be a Patreon subscriber. Yeah. And jump in that voice chat. I do, but Broom Rust, I do. We're currently right in the middle of the volume node here on the 1 month chart. We popped through it. Not looking good. It's not looking good. All right, so look, we got the 3-minute chart. It's about to reject the ADMA. We got the 5-minute chart close to the EMA. Close. Me too, Chris. Me too. Yeah. I'm gonna look at 421s. Yeah, that's a good point. Where's my watch list? I don't know where it went. Stupid thing. All right. Watch list. I'm not even gonna post the calls right now. June 21st, 421 puts. I'm not even looking at calls right now. All right, I'm going to take some more puts here. Bought some puts. Let's do 421s, June 21st. 421s. All right, filled at 204. Play this one at your own risk. Let me post this. I see the rejection off the 8 EMA on the 5-minute chart. We're currently in the volume node, rejecting to the downside, and the VIX is increasing. I think we're going to see a little more downside here. Not much. I'm going to be Johnny on the spot with these things. Smaller position, but we will see. We'll see. Bye. You know what? I'm not even gonna live call that one. I don't want other people getting in this one. If you want to play that play, play it. I'm not live posting that one. I'll post it after the play. So there we go. There's a little downside to that one. Close. I've got this up here. I'm not closing. I hit the close button to bring up my order form. All right, currently at 208 on these things. Here, I'll take a screenshot of this and post it so people don't get all their panties in a wad. File, save. There we go. All right, there you go. So you're currently at 204. I'll probably, if I get any kind of a bounce, I'll close these things. This is, I want to see this thing now. The VIX, this is why I took that position and felt confident. VIX is starting to increase, and the Qs are starting to round off here. So that's why I like to take this position. I'm currently up, what, 2 cents on these things? Not much. And there's a little more downside. That's what I like to see. You'll go. All right, this thing still doesn't want to fall. The VIX is still up, so as long as this VIX increasing, I'm going to hang on to this position. I'm up, what, 2 cents on these things? Not much. Qs are flat. XLK is right here. VIX is up. Me too, Chris. Me too. All right, so I'm watching the VIX. I want to be 1 minute on the VIX so I can see fluctuations in the VIX. Currently at 206 on these puts. VIX is starting to fall, 207. I don't like that. There's a little more red falling. So we're below that volume node on the POC or on the volume profile. That's why you got to look at that. But I don't like this little strength forming here. The VIX is starting to get a little red, and I'm just watching. I will take a small profit here, and I'll wait for the big announcement. All right, I'm going to put in a position for 208. I'll put in an order for 208. See if I can get that filled. Doesn't look like it. It's going up. VIX has got a little red. I just don't trust it. All right, too much, too much. I'm taking that at 205. I'm closing that at 205. Don't like it. What I get filled at? 205. Filled at 205. I'm out. I don't like that volume. See, the VIX is starting to round over, get red in volume. I bought because I saw this spike here, and now it's starting to round out, so I'm out. Booyah. All right. All right, all right, all right. Sling blade. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Nope, Vic, you could definitely use VIX for Qs, for sure. For sure. 205s, there you go. I don't even know what that is. I didn't even see the percentage gain before I sold. Half a percent. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I probably barely even cleared commissions there. Half a percent, not it's 0.5%. All right, so VIX is definitely rounding over there. The SPY is climbing up. All right, so I think I'm going to call that a morning until the Fed happens. I want to get some lunch. I'm hungry. Get a little fitness in, play with the kids, that kind of stuff. So I'm probably going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. 2 little wins, 1 good one, could have been a lot better, but still good, and 1 negligible win. So anyway, I appreciate y'all being here. If I see any big volatility come in, I will jump back on here, at least in the Discord. I'll be monitoring the Discord. If you have any questions, at me. You go at OptionsMillionaire, and I'll answer as soon as I can. Thank you all for those who joined the Patreon this morning. I appreciate that. A lot of volume coming into the Patreon today and this weekend and this week. Awesome stuff. Hey, there's another one right when we sign off. Thank you very much, Nicholas. I appreciate that. A lot of people coming on. They want to join the Patreon. They want to learn more. Listen to the Discord, and then this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many more perks coming into the Patreon that's in the future that I can't wait to announce. So. Thank you all for being here. Be on the lookout for other items. Be on the lookout for me in the Discord. I'm going to be talking more in there. And hopefully we can have a fun afternoon at JPOW's Talks. So that's it for me. I appreciate y'all. It is 11:45 Central, 12:45 Eastern. About, 3 hours until the market closes? Or 2 hours. 2 hours and 15 minutes. 3 hours and 15 minutes. I'm all tongue-tied here. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Anyway, so yeah, enjoy the rest of the day. Be smart. Don't YOLO. Save your powder for the FOMC. So anyway, I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Y'all take it easy. See ya.